Hello, another video from the Angry Photographer here. I am going to once and for all solve the mystery why. Now some of you may not have encountered this, but if you go into any photography blog or discussion board, the one thing that will cause a bunch of grown men to piss and moan and whine is to have a discussion about which is the best fast telephoto lens. They will piss and moan and whine and piss. This is best. No, that's best. This is best. No, this one's best. You've never heard so many men find a quicker subject to piss and whine and get their little diapers in a wad faster. And now we're going to solve the issue. Which one's better? They're all wrong and they're all right at the same time. Okay? They just don't know what the F they're talking about. Let's make an analogy here. There's two types of firefighters that should generally make a good firefighters. You got the big beefy bastard. You know, he's pretty fat, but he's got muscle, and he just kind of mows shit down, you know, as he's going through a burning building. And you got the all-muscle, smaller, wiry guy. He's a lot faster than the big beefy guy, but, you know, he can't mow stuff down, but he's got more muscle and he's a lot more limber. So you need two types of people. You know, the big fat bastard just plows through it all and he just drives it home. And then the little wiry, not wiry, but beefy, smaller, faster guy. And each one has their place. And this is exactly why these lenses, now the one lens I don't have included here is the 70 to 200 VR or VR2, which current production lens is Nikon 70-200 VR2, which I used to own. Don't own anymore. I hated it. It's got hot spotting in the middle. It's got vignetting issues. It has a superior vibration reduction. But it is not worth the $2,400, and I don't agree that it's actually that superior of a lens. It is superior to its predecessor, but as a lens it has a lot of the same issues that the Tamron has for a lot more money. So, why is everybody right? Why is everybody wrong when it comes to that? So getting back to our fireman analogy, we have two different breeds of creatures here. And everybody likes to piss and moan about it. Of course, here we have the 70 to 300, the VR. Now the reason this is a superior lens than other 70 to 300s is not because it has vibration reduction. It is because it is superior optically. That is why I recommend the 70 to 300 4556 VR. Not because it has VR, but because it is superior optical lens. Super fast autofocus. Everybody's bought this, been really happy with it. Right here we have 23 elements. Over here we have 16 glass elements. So what are the pluses and minuses? Which one am I dragging to a wedding? I'm dragging this one to the wedding because it produces superior color saturation, superior depth, and superior image rendition. Now, I'm not taking this to a basketball game or somewhere where there's fast action, like motorcycle race or bicycle race. Taking it to sporting events for super fast action, because the autofocus on it isn't that fast. Now, it's great for weddings, it's great for nature photography, where you got a bird out there, or, you know, a fuzzy bunny rabbit off at a distance, and it's getting dusk, you need a fast super telephoto lens, something like that, you know, perfect. Superior image. Ultimately, you know, there's only so many ways you can molest an image in Photoshop. Ultimately, you got to start out with a good image to begin with, and this one produces the best images. People say, "Why doesn't it have vibration reduction?" Oh God, shut the hell up. And then let's say, well, the autofocus on it isn't that fast either. Well, tell you what, the bride isn't running. Okay, it's a wedding. This is the best for that, for nature. Okay, it is not the best for fast action stuff. Sports, super fast action photography, where you need a super fast autofocus drive, and handheld vibration reduction in low light is of some decent importance. Over here, we have a crappier image, but we have super fast focus. We have VC, vibration control. Over here, VR, VC, same thing. Vibration reduction, vibration control. So over here we have a great sports lens. Okay, great for action. You know, your basketball shooter, your sport shooter, you're shooting some sort of a fast motion action. You want some decent slower aperture speeds if you're not using a monopod with this lens and you need some vibration reduction. Okay, it's got vibration reduction. It's got much faster autofocus. It's nice and quiet. But what it does not have, it has what I call iron face. You know, it produces flatter images. Just no ifs, ands, or buts. Screw you. There's no discussion on this. Okay? It's very evident. You know, it's just that's the way it is. This lens has been made forever for a reason. It doesn't have the fastest autofocus. It doesn't have vibration control, which of course as a photographer growing up, it didn't exist and none of us needed it. Okay, we weren't pussies. We knew how to hold our cameras and we didn't need vibration control. We had this little neat invention called a monopod. Oh, Jesus. Know how to use a monopod. You don't need vibration reduction control. Obviously, you can't haul a monopod everywhere, like into an opera or, you know, certain events where it would be unhandy. You know, say here's a great event lens where a monopod cannot go, or an opera or some sort of comedy bit routine place where it's dark and you need great slow shutter speed. So both of these lenses have their equal value. Here we have the big beefy bastard that punches through the walls. You know, it gets the job done. Is it fastest? Is it most nimble? No. But this lens is still produced after all these years and after all these iterations for a reason. And this is why all these assholes on DP Review and all these photographers went, yeah, this is the best lens. No, this is the best lens. No, this is the best lens. No, that 70 to 200 VR Nikkor, because it's $2,500. It's the best. No, it isn't, actually. It produces flat images as well. I said it produces hot spots. It's got some vignetting issues. And there's another thing the 70 to 200 VR2 has an issue with, is that if you're focusing in close, you really don't get actually 200 millimeters. You cannot get 200 millimeters. It's more like 140 or 160, depending on where you're focusing at. So it's not a true 200 millimeter lens. Bet you didn't know that, did you? Well, it's a fact. You can actually do a Google search on it. Type in 70 to 200 VR2 Nikkor short focus. Type in short focus Nikkor 70 to 200 VR2. That's another serious issue I did not like about the lens. This lens is built like a freaking tank. This one, not so much. Neither is the VR2. This is a big beefy bastard, produces superior images to everything else. It's got images far closer to a prime lens. Okay, it doesn't have super fast autofocus. Do you need it in wedding photography? No, you don't! Okay, so this... Some of you may not have encountered this, but if you go on these photography blogs, like I said, they love to piss and whine about what is the best fast telephoto. It's the best one. No, it's the 7200 VR. No, it's a Tamron. You know, and this is a great lens because it's $1,500. This one new is $1,200. This one new is $1,500. The 70 to 200 the VR2 Nikkor, with the short focus issues and the hot spotting, it is a $2,400 lens, and it is absolutely not worth it in my opinion. It does have faster VR than its prior iteration. It is a better built lens, but it has more issues that its prior version didn't have, namely a short focus, especially for close range portraiture, which is important in weddings, and that's an issue that lens has. And it's absolutely not worth $2,400. I can't even recommend it, and I don't have it anymore. I used to have it, but I don't. So here's the reason why everybody is right and everybody is wrong, because this is a creature of its own design. It has superior attributes and it has inferior attributes. The same here. It has superior attributes and it has inferior attributes. Each one is equally valid. This one produces far better images and it is a freaking tank, and it's cheap in price. This one has VR, technically called VC, vibration control. It has much faster autofocus, so it's greater for sports shooting, fast sports shooting, than this one does. Okay? Both are valid. Here is the secret that nobody gets on all these little damn camera boards. There is no perfect 80 to 200 or 70 to 200 lens. It doesn't exist. You can't take all the positive attributes of this one and shove it into this one. Likewise, you can't take all the positive attributes of this one and shove it all into one single lens. It does not exist yet. It might exist in the future, but right now it does not freaking exist. And this is what all these people are pissing about. People love this lens that have it, and they know damn well why they love it. People love this lens that have it, and they know damn well why they love it. Because the positive attributes in this are valid. The positive attributes in this are valid. The negative attributes in this are correct. The negative attributes in this is correct. The same is true for the 70-200 VR2. The same is true for this lens. Super fast autofocus. Obviously it's not extremely fast, but you can find one of these mint to use for $300. It's an awesome frigging lens and everybody should own it. If you can't, shell out the money for $1,200 for a new one of these or $1,500 for a new Tamron 70-200 VC. So, until that perfect lens is created, which I doubt it will be, because there's limitations, because this lens has got a lot of friggin' glass in it, and the light is butchered, once it reaches the back here before it's shown onto the image sensor. This lens has 16 elements, this one has 23. Superior image production, period, flat out, and it's built like a friggin' tank, and it's cheap. Find it, like I said, $600 mint to used all day long. So, now you know why next time you see some people, if you go on these stupid photography boards, why they're always pissing and moaning, this lens is the best, no, this lens is the best. They're both correct and they're both wrong. They just don't know because they only own one of them. They don't understand the spectrum differences that exist within either lens. This one's got its own positive attributes, this one has its own positive attributes. None of them are perfect in every category. That's why this lens is super valid for one set of criteria of usage, and likewise this one is perfectly valid and excellent for another criteria of usage. This one sucks for certain reasons, and this one sucks for certain reasons. However, the reasons this one sucks for certain reasons is actually quite narrow. That is super fast autofocus, and it is not perfect for, like, say, a low light situation indoors where you cannot use a monopod. So actually the spectrum of suck on this lens is a lot less than it is on this lens, because ultimately this lens produces far superior images than the Tamron 70-200 does. So let's just put it in really simple terms. The suckage is a lot less on this lens ultimately in the broad spectrum of things than it is on this lens. The same is true for the 70-200 VR2 Nikkor. Okay, $1,200 new, $1,500 new. I would never buy a new one of these. You can find them minty used all day long for $300. And the 70-200 VR2 is $2,400. Thanks for watching Ang Photographer. If you like this video and drop me a buck or two, tell me to go screw myself or jump off a cliff. Whatever makes you happy, I'm actually here to help people and give useful information out that is logical, sensible, and simplistic. Simplicity is divinity. That's my motto anyway. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.